Namaste children, welcome back to another session of our chapter Weather, Climate and Adaptations in Animals. So far in this chapter, at starting we read what is the weather, what is the climate. The short term atmospheric conditions, that is a day to day atmospheric conditions, we are saying it as a weather, and the long duration atmospheric conditions, we are saying it as a climate. So there are different factors that are playing a key role in determining the weather and climate of an area. So factors like your temperature, air pressure, precipitation, humidity, wind, all these are some of the factors which are playing a key role in determining the weather conditions of a day. Whereas the climatic conditions, as I said, it's a long term duration. That's what the altitude, the latitude, pressure belts, ocean currents, heating differences, typhoons, wind flows, these are several factors which are determining the climatic conditions of an area. Yes, so based on these weather patterns and climatic conditions, all the terrestrial region, we started dividing into three different types. One is polar region, and second as a desert region, and the third one as a tropical rainforest. So these are the three regions that we categorized based on the climate. So in our earlier class, last class, we came to know what are the different temperatures that are noticed in the polar region and the animals that are living in that polar region and the different types of adaptations that are seen in this polar region, like in your polar bear, your penguins, and some of the reindeers, fishes, so many different variety of vegetation you will see in that region. And to survive in that particular extreme cold conditions, all the living organisms, they are bringing some bodily changes, like the webbed feet of your penguin. So these are some of the adaptations that we have completed in our earlier class. So in our today's class, we are going to cover about the tropical rainforest. So tropical rainforest is an area where we will notice the maximum vegetation, because here if you will see, the temperature are always lying between 15 to 40 degrees Celsius. When the temperature it is lying between 15 to 40 degrees Celsius, that time it's a suitable temperature for any of the animals or any of the vegetation to live. And one more thing, in the tropical rainforest, we notice that the duration of your daytime and nighttime is almost equal. The duration means time period from the time of sunrise to till sunset. From the time of sunset to next sunrise, that particular duration of your daytime and the nighttime, it is almost and almost equal. That's what all the diurnal and nocturnal animals, they can happily live. I'm saying diurnal means the animals which are active during daytime. The second one is nocturnal, means the animals that are active during night time. So we will see even the diurnal and nocturnal animals together in this area. Such a tropical regions in our India, where we will find? We will find the tropical areas in most of the Western Ghats and in states like your Assam. Those are the best examples of the tropical regions that are present in our India. So as I said here, an average temperature is present. The day and night times duration is equal. Along with that, we will notice that a plenty of rainfall. At the same time, you even find a fresh air in this region. So because of all these favorable conditions, average temperature, enough rainfall, fresh air, and adequate food material. So because of all these different favorable conditions, here in this tropic rainforest, we will find a maximum vegetation. Animals like monkeys, apes, gorillas, lions, tigers, elephants, leopards, snakes, lizards, insects, birds, etc. Different variety of animals we will find in this area. So let us see the different animals that are present in this area and even the adaptations that are seen in these animals. So tropical area, the upper view or the topmost view of that tropical area, it's giving a clear idea that it's a dense greenery zone. Dense greenery zone is indicating that more and more number of plants are present in this area. So as many as plants, that much vegetation means animals are also present in this area, because as many as plants means enough food is present. So when there is enough food, definitely animals will be more in this area. So it is tropical rainforest is an area in the terrestrial regions where we will find the maximum vegetation. Okay children, so let us see some of the birds like your parrot. So parrot is one of the common bird that is present in these regions. Generally our native parrots, if you will see, they are very green in color. So the green colored body of this parrot, it is helping the animal to hide itself in the plants. So that is one of the camouflage nature that we will find in the parrot. Now the second one, if you will notice the beak shape. So if you will see a curved beak and a pointed beak you will find, so that it can hold the seeds, nuts, hard food substances in properly with the curved beak, and even it can store it and it can make into pieces. Now let us have a idea about its claw. Even it is also having a curved claw, so that it can hold the branches very tightly. It can hold the branches very tightly so that it will not fall from the branches. Okay. So now the second animal that we'll notice in the rainforest regions, that is line-tailed macaw. This is another animal which is going to be endangered. Means an animal or a type of animal, within a few years, if such variety will not be seen or vanished out from the earth, then we are placing them as an endangered animal. Yes, endangered means they are going to be in a dangerous condition, they are going to be extinct, vanish out from the earth. So such animals we are calling as an endangered animals. So generally this line-tailed macaw is an animal which mainly seen in the Western Ghats mountains, in completely canopy of tropical regions. Canopy of the tropical regions means on the branches of the plants, on the stems. Okay, so in that canopy region you will find this line-tailed macaw morely. Yes, and this particular animal, it is having an adaptations like a tile which is helping the animal to balance its body when it is jumping from one branch to another branch. And the shape of this animal face, that is similar to the line, it is one of the characteristic that it can protect itself from the other animals. And these animals are in an endangered condition because of the hunting and because of the pet trade. Yes, and these animals population, endangered means the population of the animals, it is getting decreased year to year. So we are placing them in a endangered condition. The first one is its tail is one of the adaptation, and its face is another adaptation which is helping the animal to give a body balance while walking on the branches or while jumping from one branch to another branch. And the face is helping to protect itself from the other animals. So this is another animal. Yes, a common animal that even we will notice in our schools, sometimes near our houses, that is our monkeys. Okay, so here if you will see, monkey is an animal where it is having a very long tail. It's most important that monkey should have a long tail so that it can balance its body even while walking. And this is an animal, it is having a lot of fur on its body, which is one of the adaptation to protect itself from the cold wind during winter seasons. Okay, so now after that, another amphibian animal that we will see in this rainforest region, that is red-eyed frog. Because its entire body it is in green color, lightish green in color. Yes, so that it can show the camouflage nature. But the eye of this frog, it is completely red. So that's what we are saying, it as a red-eyed frog. And this red eye is having a very sharp vision. So if any bird it is coming try to kill it or to prick it, because of the sharp vision of its red eye, it will immediately move towards the lower side of the leaf and it protect itself. And the important another adaptation that we will see or notice in this red-eyed frogs is it is having a sticky pads. So now the sticky pads, now the sticky pads of this red-eyed frog, they are having a small gelatinous substance in the lower side of their feet, so that now they will stick to the leaves. We are saying that these are in a tropic rainforest regions, means plenty of rains will be there. So now the water droplets, even though that are there on the leaf, because of the sticky pads, now this animal it will not fall down, it will not slip down, because its bottom of that sticky pads it is having a gelatinous substance which will stick very firmly to the leaf. Okay. Now the next one, that is your toucan bird. Very one of the beautiful bird, that is toucan bird. Don't go with its color, but it's a very beautiful bird. And this bird, when it is sitting on the branches, it will get afraid and it cannot balance its body when it is moving towards the tip region. So if it is the branch and here the food is present, it will sit at the corner, this corner or at the center of its branch. With the help of this much long beak, it will try to catch the food material from its place. So the long beak of the toucan bird is helping the bird to reach up to its food material. This is another big adaptation that we will see in the rainforest birds. Now ant cutter, leaf cutter ants. So generally in our areas, if you will see any ants, they're very smaller in their size, and either a red color or a black color ants we will see. So a very specialized wild variety of ant is this one. This is your leaf cutter ant with its big leg-like structures and a strong antenna. This ant even can cut the leaf into smaller pieces, and it will carry that leaves up to their ant hills, and it will store the leaf bits as a food material for further. Yes, and among this leaf cutter ant, it's very bigger in its size, and if it pricks means that entire area, it will give a burning sensation. Yes, so another adaptation, because here these leaf cutter ants, they are growing on the plants. So now these animals have a plenty of food material in a form of leaf. So slowly with the help of their antenna, they will cut the leaf into smaller bits. In any other ants case, we won't see, as they have the main food as they leave. Now these ants have adopted to cut the leaves. That's what we are saying it as a leaf cutter plants. Okay. So now after that, if you will see the major huge animal that is present in our tropic rainforest areas, that is your elephant. So elephant is one such animal that is present in our tropic regions. So the tusks of the elephant, if you will see, so the tusks of the elephant, these are the modified incisors. Generally incisors means we will say those are the sharp pointed teeth which are meant for tearing the food material. So here even this tusk of the elephant is also the modified canine which is meant for tearing the bark and hard substances. And in between the tusks, a very soft trunk is present, which is meant for holding the food materials, which is meant for drinking purpose, and even keeping the food materials into its mouth. Okay, and the huge body of the elephant is one more big adaptation to protect itself from another animals. And see here, the big ears of this elephant, it is even helpful to listen the maximum hard sounds. At the same time, they are even helpful in regulating its body temperature. And elephants, these are the colonial animals. Always you will see the elephants in groups. So they are colonial animals. Okay. So now the last one, last means some of the animal adaptations we are seeing, children. So in the tropical rainforest region, the last animal, that is your jaguar. So on its skin, it is having a tiger patches. The patched skin, it is one of the biggest adaptations in case of the jaguar, which is helping to hide itself in the dry grass, that is the camouflage nature. And even the tail of this jaguar is also one of the most adopted one, so that it can walk on the small branches by balancing its body. Okay, so today in our class we read about different adaptations in the animals of rainforest region. Remember, in the entire terrestrial zone, rainforest is such a region where we will see the maximum vegetation. We will see the maximum vegetation, n number of ants, n number of insects, birds, amphibians, mammals, everything it is seen in that area because of its favorable conditions. The first favorable condition, that is the plenty of rainfall, means adequate amount of water is present. Enough food material is there because plants are there, so definitely enough food material is there. And after that, fresh air is available to them, and even a good shelter it is there. That's what your rainforest region is, a habitat for n variety of living organisms. And even if you will see, this rainforest region is an area where you will see a proper, where we will see a proper food chains which are transformed into food webs. So we even see a proper uniform food webs in this rainforest area, which is trying to maintain the ecological balance. Okay children, so in our next class we are going to learn about desert animals, desert climatic conditions and adaptations in those desert animals. So go open your textbook, weather, climate and adaptations lesson, and start reading the tropic rainforest area part. Okay children, thank you so much.